Hello children, in the first part of this lesson, you have learned what manufacturing industries are, the contribution of manufacturing industries to the national economy, industrial location and classification of industries on various bases. In this section, we will focus on agro-based industries. We will learn 3 agro-based industries: cotton textile, jute textile and sugar industries. By the end of this section, you should be able to achieve the following objectives. 1. Explain the significance of textile industry. 2. Narrate the process of manufacturing cotton textile. 3. Analyze the impact of British rule on the cotton textile industry. 4. List down the challenges to all the 3 agro-based industries. Textile industry occupies a significant position in the landscape of Indian manufacturing industries. It contributes significantly to industrial production. It provides employment on large scale. The export of cotton products brings in foreign exchange. It is the only industry that is self-reliant. It is also the only industry that is complete in its value chain. Let's learn various stages involved in the production of cotton textile, right from raw cotton processing to producing garment. The different stages of the production of cotton textile shows how this industry is complete in the value chain. Every stage results in value addition. Let's see how. Raw cotton undergoes a process called ginning. It is the process of removing seeds from the cotton balls. Then yarn is produced in the spinning sector. The output, yarn, is more valuable than raw cotton. The yarn then is woven into fabric in the weaving sector. The cloth is more valuable than yarn, isn't it? The next stage is dyeing. Then the dyed cloth is taken for printing designs. Cutting, stitching are the last stages to produce the final product, that is garment. Let's go back in time and learn a bit of the history of cotton textile industry. Indian cotton textile was in great demand in Europe. Though the production happened in traditional spinning wheels and hand looms, Indian spinners and weavers produced the best quality cotton products. Power loom was invented in England in the 18th century. Large mills were set up in Manchester and Liverpool. This led to the downfall of textile industry in India. The following are the causes for the downfall of the Indian textile industry. Industrial revolution took place in England, as large mills were set up. These machine-made goods were cheap and durable. Moreover, import duty on Indian textile was increased. Indian weavers lost the export market. The British industries began to export cheap machine-made goods to India. Indians preferred the cheap and durable machine-made textile over costly handmade textile. Thus domestic market shrank drastically. Lakhs of spinners and weavers lost their jobs. You know that it was one of the causes of the First War of Indian Independence, 1857. The First World War and the Second World War were boon to the Indian textile industry. During the First World War and Second World War, all the industries in England were forced to produce only war-related goods. As the war prolonged, the British gave orders to Indian industries to produce such goods. Indian textile industries observed rapid growth. Existing industries ran multiple shifts, and many new industries came up. After the war, the British tried to recapture the Indian market, but they couldn't. Since then, the Indian textile industry has been doing fairly well. In the early years, the cotton textile industry was concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat for the following reasons. Availability of raw cotton. Proximity to the market. Transport including accessible port facilities. Cheap labor. And moist climate. Owing to its dispersed nature, cotton textile industry provides employment on a large scale. It provides direct employment to the following: cotton ball pluckers, ginners, spinners, weavers, dyers, tailors, designers. Apart from providing direct employment, it also supports various other industries. They are dye manufacturing, packaging, chemical, engineering works. At present, spinning is centralized in the states of Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Gujarat, due to historical reasons. The British encouraged spinning, as yarn was required by the British industries. Because of this centralized nature, spinning in India has modernized. Spinners produce world-class yarn. India exports yarn to Japan, USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. Look at these handmade designs. They are beautiful, aren't they? Weaving is highly dispersed, for incorporating such traditional skills and designs of weaving, embroidery in cotton, silk, zari etc. You know that in big mills, designs are printed. Indian cotton textile industry faces a few challenges. The biggest challenge is the mismatch between spinning and weaving. Spinners produce such high-quality yarn that weaving and knitting sectors can't make use of them. So, spinners export yarn. Then, garment industries import fabric to produce finished goods. This mismatch between spinning and weaving is for two reasons. The first one is the historical reason. The British encouraged spinning but discouraged weaving. Secondly, spinning is centralized. Hence, it could modernize. Weaving, on the other hand, is highly dispersed. Production happens in small households and cottage industries. It is particularly so with handlooms and owners of 1 or 2 power looms. They cannot afford to modernize. Apart from the mismatch between spinning and weaving, there are other challenges too. There are a few big, modern mills. But, as we have just seen earlier, technology used in weaving is outdated, especially in handlooms and power looms. Irregular power supply is the second challenge, which hits the power loom owners very hard. Low labor productivity is yet another challenge. Though the production of long staple cotton has increased, India still needs to import it. Finally, there is the stiff competition from synthetic textile industries like polyester, nylon etc. That's about cotton textile industry. Let's move on to the next agro-based industry. Jute textile. India is the largest producer of jute and jute products. It is the second largest exporter of jute products after Bangladesh. Most jute mills are located in West Bengal along the river Hooghly. Hooghly Basin has the largest concentration of jute mills in India. Factors responsible for localization of jute mills in Hooghly Basin are as follows. Proximity of the jute-producing areas. Inexpensive water transport, a good network of railways, roadways and waterways. Abundant water for processing raw jute. Cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining states of Bihar, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh. Kolkata as a large urban center provides banking, insurance and port facilities for export of jute goods. Jute industry faces the following challenges. Stiff competition in the international market from other competitors like Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt and Thailand. Challenges from synthetic fiber. Major importers of Indian jute products are as follows: USA, Canada, Ghana, Saudi Arabia, UK and Australia. In recent times, the demand for jute products has increased for the following reasons. Use of jute is made mandatory in packaging. Jute is biodegradable. Global concern for environmental degradation has helped in increasing the demand. That's about jute industry. Let's move on to the last agro-based industry. Sugar industry. India is the second largest producer of sugar. It's the largest producer of gur and kansari. The sugar industry also produces ethanol. Ethanol is mixed with petrol. Already India has achieved 10% mix of ethanol in petrol. Very soon India will achieve the target of 20% mix of ethanol. Sugar industries are incentivized to produce more and more ethanol. Sugar industries are present in these states. Of all these states, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar have 60% of the mills. Sugar industries have shown a tendency to shift to South India for the following reason. Sugarcane cultivated in South India has more sucrose content. So, yield would be more. Cooler climate ensures longer crushing season. Cooperative industries are functioning very well, particularly in Maharashtra. Let's learn the challenges to sugar industry. Sugarcane is an annual crop. Sugar mills can function as long as there is supply. The industry is shut for the rest of the year. Thus, seasonality of the industry is a challenge. Old and inefficient method of crushing is the second challenge. Transport delay in reaching the cane to the factory is one more challenge. Need to maximize the use of bagasse, and making use of it efficiently is yet another challenge. That's about sugar industry. This is also the end of section 2 of this lesson. In the next and the final section, we will learn the remaining industries and industrial pollution.